Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to all of you online for the grand launch event of the DXH 560 Analyzer. I'm Sridevi Nair, live from Mumbai, and I'm going to be your host and host for the evening. Before we start, I would request all of you to please put your phones on the silent. So let's begin. Today, we have gathered here to witness the unveiling of the most awaited analyzer from Beckman Coulter. The DXH 560 is a part of Beckman Coulter's DXH 500 series of small footprint tabletop hematology analyzers, including the recently launched DXH 500 and the award-winning DXH 520. The DXH 560 includes the analytical strength and data management capabilities of high-throughput analyzers, but in a small and compact footprint, and helps improve productivity and efficiency. With this small introduction to the DXH 560, I would now like to hand over the dais to Mr. Karan Bhatia, Marketing Head, Beckman Coulter Diagnostics, Southwest Asia. Over to you, Mr. Karan.
Hello everyone, I am Karan Bhatia, the Marketing Head for Beckman Coulter Diagnostics, Southwest Asia, and I'm pleased to welcome all of you to the launch event of the newest analyzer in the Beckman Coulter family, the DXH 560 analyzer. Thank you all for taking the time to join us today for the exciting launch of this new hematology analyzer for India. My sincere gratitude to our special guests, Dr. Anjali Kelkar, Dr. Sanjay Arora, and Dr. Puneet Nigam, who are all highly accomplished and distinguished experts in healthcare and laboratory medicine, and will be launching this product for Beckman Coulter today. I'm grateful to all of you who have come online from every corner of the country to welcome the newest addition to the DXH 500 family. We are very pleased to announce the release of our new DXH 560 analyzer. This new autoloader hematology analyzer is the third Beckman Coulter instrument in the DXH 500 series. This addition expands the DXH hematology portfolio to offer low and mid-low volume labs simplicity while maximizing workflow and bringing automation to lower volume settings. We at Beckman are proud to introduce to the Indian market a new world-class solution that addresses a significant need for labs across the country and sets a new standard of quality and performance with the DXH 560 analyzer. Bringing the solution to our customers would not be possible without the strong support and commitment of our channel partners who are here with us today. I'd like to extend a sincere gratitude to them. We have left no stone unturned in bringing to our customers in India the most advanced cutting-edge technology, partnering with the best in order to enable our customers and eventually patients to benefit from global technology and expertise. We are incredibly excited to bring the solution to you, and we hope that you share our excitement as well. We have an exciting program planned for you, and I hope you enjoy the launch of this small but mighty analyzer. Thank you everyone for being here today.
Thank you, Mr. Karan. This evening, we have very eminent guests with us, Dr. Anjali Kelkar, Dr. Puneet Nigam, and Dr. Sanjay Arora for the unveiling ceremony. Let's invite Dr. Anjali Kelkar, who joins us from Pune. Dr. Kelkar is Laboratory Director at Ruby Hall Clinic. She was also a Senior Associate Professor in Pathology and in charge of Hematology Labs at Bharati Vidyapeeth Hospital, Pune. Previously, she was associated with KEM Hospital and Sahyadri Hospital. She has an extensive experience in hematology and molecular genetics. She also has multiple publications in national and international journals. Please welcome Dr. Anjali Kelkar.
Hello, good evening, everybody. We are here today for this unveiling ceremony of the Beckman Coulter new analyzer DXH 560. This is one of its kind analyzers from Beckman Coulter, wherein they have brought the technology to the doorstep of the smaller laboratories. This analyzer is actually designed for lesser workload kind of laboratories. At the same time, it provides a lot of automation, especially in terms of auto loader and aspiration mode. Um, I have a very long and fruitful, happy relationship with Beckman Coulter, and I have been always impressed with their technical application support and after sales service support. And I'm sure I would consider this analyzer also for one of our setups in Pune. And again, I wish all the best to the entire team. And thank you once again. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Kelkar. Moving on, joining us live, we have Dr. Puneet Nigam from Delhi. Dr. Puneet Nigam is Senior Vice President, Medical Services and Quality, and Chief of Laboratory Services at Metropolis Healthcare Limited, India. He comes with a rich experience in laboratory management. Dr. Nigam has been associated with NABL as Technical Assessor, Lead Assessor, conducted trainings and workshops. He has worked in quality assurance regulatory environment, US FDA, European Union, and WHO in drug and pharmaceutical testing. Earlier, Dr. Nigam has also been associated with CDC as India head for screening proficiency testing program for Indian laboratories. Dr. Nigam holds an expertise of strong strategic and technical skills, making him a well-known personality in the healthcare sector. Please welcome Dr. Puneet Nigam.
I am very glad to be invited for the inauguration of the new analyzer of Beckman Coulter. It's my pleasure to be part of the celebration for the launch of this new analyzer. Coulter has been the pioneer of impedance principle and driving innovation in hematology analyzers. I'm delighted to know of the launch of the new hematology analyzer from Beckman Coulter. Technology has always been at the helm of instrumentation and driving quality improvements, especially in QC practices. Technological innovation have been driving quality control processes for serving day-to-day needs of a laboratory, making it more efficient and error-free. I believe this is the third analyzer in the series of DXH 500 analyzers in the market. It's great to see how Beckman Coulter explores new technology effectively for CBC, CBC diff routines in a laboratory. I'm glad to see the association of MHL Equas with DXH 500 series users, capitalizing on our strengths and building a common commitment to promoting effective use of technology to the external quality control service from us. I would like to thank participants, Dr. Anjali Kelkar and Dr. Sanjay Arora, and guests joining us from abroad. Many technologies use different reagents for different parameters. With the DXH 500 series of analyzers, only 3 reagents are used for analysis, ultimately making it an inventory-friendly analyzer. I wish to thank organizers of this event. I also wish to thank our guests and faculty from abroad for gracing this event.
Thank you, Dr. Nigam. And now we are privileged to welcome Dr. Sanjay Arora, who joins us live from Mumbai. He's one of the most active members of social media in recent times. Dr. Sanjay Arora is the founder and MD of Suburban Diagnostics, one of the most revered healthcare services in Western India. Dr. Arora is a known leader in diagnostic and healthcare industry. He has graduated from Grant Medical College, JJ Hospital, with a special interest in cytopathology. He is trained at Tata Hospital, Johns Hopkins Hospital, and Henry Ford Hospital, USA. He also practices leadership from global gurus like Dr. Marshall Goldsmith. Please welcome Dr. Sanjay Arora.
I am Dr. Sanjay Arora, and I'm very happy to be here for the unveiling of the new hematology analyzer from Beckman Coulter. Beckman Coulter stands on a tall, solid reputation of reliability, affordability, quality, and innovation. In fact, Beckman Coulter has a rich history of innovation and technology. I would like to thank the Beckman Coulter team for inviting me to be a part of the unveiling celebrations. Beckman Coulter has always come up with unique offerings. And this time too, I was happy to learn of the new addition to the DXH 500 family of hematology analyzers. Their analyzers always meet high standards of clinical laboratories, which we expect and require. Every analyzer is designed to meet expectations of the laboratory. And what better way to innovate than to apply the world's leading hematology analyzer with massive resources, distribution, digital branding, and marketing. Beckman Coulter is proven to be the best in technology to create the world's smallest analyzer. So when I heard of Beckman Coulter launching a new tabletop automated analyzer with so many comprehensive features, along with the autoloader capability, I actually wanted to know more about this. I personally think the pre-dilute mode would be a great feature for this machine, helping analyze neonatal, pediatric, and critical care patients who are unable to provide a large volume of blood. The scientific lectures organized by Beckman Coulter and all the diverse topics in hematology have been very informative and designed to demonstrate clinical utility of the new and analytical parameters in improving laboratory diagnosis. I wish the entire team of Beckman Coulter a good luck and success with the launch of this new analyzer in India.
Thank you, Dr. Arora. And finally, for the most awaited moment of the evening, I would like to invite all guests, including Ms. John Stone, who joins us from Australia, Dr. Sanjay Arora, Dr. Anjali Kelkar, and Dr. Puneet Nigam to initiate the launch sequence. Please join in with thunderous applause for the unveiling of Beckman Coulter DXH 560 analyzer.
Access granted.
We are really delighted to welcome the newest addition to the DXH 500 family of analyzers from Beckman Coulter. With this launch of the small and mighty analyzer, we bring automation right to the doorstep of small laboratories. And to know more, let us welcome Ms. Lisa Johnstone to share her insight about the analyzer. Ms. Lisa Johnstone, Hematology Product Marketing Manager for APAC region, is joining us live from Sydney, Australia. It should be approximately 8:30 p.m. for her now. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, please put it across the chat box. Post this session, we would be happy to answer a few. Over to you, Ms. Lisa.
Hi, I'm excited to introduce the small and mighty DXH 560 autoloader, the compact hematology analyzer for the busy low to mid volume laboratory. The DXH 560 is a compact analyzer that combines many analytical strengths and data management capabilities that you would expect to see in a high volume analyzer, all with the ease of a tabletop instrument. The DXH 560 allows you to propel your productivity, and it's designed to meet your time, resource, and space needs. The business side of the lab operations can be increasingly demanding with data management needs, cybersecurity guidelines, further complicated with balancing budgets and staff, all without compromising quality. The DXH 560 autoloader enables you to overcome these challenges whilst ensuring quality results with proprietary cell analysis. Let's have a look at the 560 in a little more detail. The DXH 560 brings the autoloader capacity to the DXH 500 series. The autoloader capacity allows for up to 50 samples of load and walk away capability without interrupting analysis. It comes with 5 tube cassettes that you can load on continuously into the autoloader with an output buffer on the other side of the analyzer. The autoloader mode runs in 55 samples per hour to keep you running even in those high volume times. The cassettes can accommodate multiple tube types for flexibility in phlebotomy in case your laboratory doesn't always get the same tubes all the time. It also allows you to run in open vial mode as well. The 560 uses less than a drop of blood, only 17 microliters, and this can improve patient satisfaction with lower blood draws, potentially avoiding recollects. This is really important in pediatric and elderly patients who often have difficult draws that can result in smaller blood samples. The DXH 560 autoloader's ability to analyze small aspirations can reduce the amount of recollects that you have to do or the need to collect second tubes if you need to do additional analysis on another analyzer. The open tube mode capability also allows flexibility in the type of tubes that you have in case you have smaller, non-standard or non-cap piercing tubes. The DXH 560 has extensive software capabilities, including sample reagent management and also an icon-driven software. So you can easily see on the side of the screen, no matter what you're in, what patient results there are, if your QC is out, and your supplies that are running. You only have 2 reagents plus a cleaner, and you can load them all within 5 minutes. They're loaded by a handheld scanner that's included in the system. This allows you to see on the screen what percentage of reagents you have left, how many cycles are remaining, and it also holds anything to do with lot numbers, date opened, and expiration date, so you have full traceability. You also have the ability to back this up, and it's kept in analyzer logs to include or improve that traceability that you have on the system. Key to the DXH 560's capabilities is to allow you to go paperless with bidirectional patient and QC management capability. You can reduce clerical errors, inefficiency, and risk with the bidirectional interface. Additionally, the analyzer holds up to 30,000 sample results, including patient demographics. So this allows you to use extensive onboard delta checks if necessary. You can also upload and record quickly and easily with a front side USB connection port. This allows you to back up not only your patient data, but any QCs, logs, QA setup, and all of your system settings in general. So you can see for such a small analyzer, you get immense flexibility on the DXH 560. We're also proud to say with over 4,000 global placements of the DXH 500 series, we have less than one service call per year. So the 560 is joining a family of proven reliability and has the same analysis and interior of our previous 500 series. All that's changed is we've added the benefits of an autoloader to the system. Let's have a little look at the technology on the DXH 560. We use digital pulse processing to enable a more accurate cell size measurement. This is important so that we make sure that we only count the pulses that are genuine so that we can get this accurate measurements. Also, we have quality results with dual count apertures for both the white cells and the red cells. Key to our technology is flow cytometry with proprietary dynamic gating. This gives a more accurate differential when compared to a fixed or static gating. So you can see on the image here, as the cells are coming in, rather than just having fixed gating that don't allow for the different subpopulations you may see from patient to patient, the gating automatically adjusts to make sure that we're finding optimal spacing between each of the populations. This sophisticated gating technology improves the identification of cell populations by adjusting the thresholds between the cell cluster arrangements. It means that you have optimal separation of the clusters, and studies have shown that there's 40% less R or review flagging, which gives you more reportable results compared to if you have static gating. Also, that means that we can do that while maintaining effective sensitivity for clinically significant cells. Let me show you a few case studies so you can see how the DXH 560 looks and responds to various patient types. The patient screen on the DXH 560 shows results as well as colourful histograms and scatter plots. As you can see here in an example of an eosinophilia, if we have a look at the red cell histogram, it's relatively normal, just showing a slightly macrocytic picture. The platelet count is also completely normal, and you can see that reflected in the platelet histogram. If we go over and have a look at the series scatter plot, what you can see is all of the cells being referenced by colour, and these have been separated using our dynamic gating technology. So the lymphocytes marked in blue, the monocytes in green, the basophils in white, the neutrophils are purple, and in this case, in a patient with eosinophilia, you can see them represented as the orange cells here. So the system flagging and messaging is just that there's a suspect diff, and that's to do with our eosinophilia that we're seeing in this patient, and also a slightly raised monocyte count. Any absolute count, all your red cell and platelet parameters, the high and low flags can be generated by what you can put in as normal ranges on the system. Again, something you'd expect in a higher end analyzer. If you have a look at the manual differential of this patient, you can see that it reflects exactly what we saw in the 560 analysis. So the manual differential confirms eosinophilia and also that macrocytic anemia that we saw. There's also the presence of abundant spherocytes, which explains the hyperchromia that you saw. So in general, in a case with eosinophilia, you expect to find an eosinophil count greater than 0.4, and in this case, the patient had 1/1. The clinical features you expect with an eosinophilic leukocytosis is most frequently caused by allergic diseases, parasites, skin diseases, or drugs. Now let's have a look at something that's slightly more abnormal. You can see here the scatter plot is very different from that relatively normal eosinophilia count that we just saw previously. In this case, the red cell histogram is showing some macrocytic red cells, but certainly not as far over as the previous patient. In this case, though, the platelet histogram is a little more abnormal, but not enough that it's required any flagging. So the analyzer is confident with the low platelet count of 15.2 that it's been able to generate. The real abnormality that you can see here, though, is in the DXH 500 series scatter plot. In this case, there's one big population that stretches from the bottom where you would see the cellular interference up into the lymphocyte region and up into the monocyte region, and finally up into the large cell area. This is what you would expect to see with a patient that had a significantly left shift. And usually with this sort of scatter plot, I'd be definitely looking at the film expecting some kind of blast. The flagging and messages, as you would expect, are significantly more in this patient. So it's showing an abnormal diff, which is also reflected by the R or review flags next to each of the differential results, a suspect diff flag, a lymphocyte monocyte overlap because it can't split between the monocytes and the lymphocytes, and also a large cell flag. If we have a look at this film, as you would expect, you can see that there's a lot of blasts. And in this case, the manual differential showed 70% blasts for this patient, as well as anisocytosis, macrocytosis, and poikilocytosis. It also confirmed the critical thrombocytopenia that you saw in the platelet results, with almost no platelets observed under the microscope. The manual differential is confirming those blasts, as I mentioned. As you'd expect with acute myeloid leukemia, you expect the laboratory findings that it's going to have this low platelet count. And in this case, because the analyzer didn't generate it with an R flag, it was very confident with the platelet count that it gave, even though it was so low. The blood film shows reduced numbers of platelets to confirm this. You also saw those large cell flag being reflected in the number of blasts that were in the film. So with the DXH 500 series, the DXH 560 has just added the benefit of an autoloader to what we already had with the DXH 500 series, and that is a compact footprint on the analyzer, only 3 reagents, including the cleaner, and all only using 17 microliters. It maintains up to 50 samples per hour for closed tube, also the flexibility of being able to run in open mode as well if you have those non-standard tubes. As you would expect from Beckman Coulter, we have a full menu of test parameters with white cells, including your 5-part differential, all of your red cell indices, including RDW, standard deviation, and both standard deviation and CV, and your platelet count and MPV. Additional to that, we also have research use only parameters, including immature absolute and percent, low hemoglobin density, microcytic anemia factor, platelet crit, and PDW. All of the DXH 500 series comes with a nice touch screen that you're able to access the software, so you don't have to have any of the footprint with an external monitor or computer attached. So the DXH 560 has been designed to meet your time and resource and space needs. So you can get all of this, including an autoloader, for less than 50 centimeters of counter width and with only 1 external reagent. Only 3 reagents in total, and that includes the cleaner. And the cleaner allows you to have 0 hands-on daily cleaning. So you don't need to be going to the analyzer every day to run a bleach through like you do on many other systems. The autoloader is up to 50 tube, but true continuous loading. So whilst samples are running and going into the output buffer on the other side of the analyzer, you're able to keep loading. So if you have a peak workload, you're able to handle that with the DXH 560. It also allows paperless capabilities with its bidirectional capabilities, but also has 30,000 retrievable patient information, and that includes all of the patient demographics in case you want to use it for Delta checks. This is all from a family of proven reliability with less than 1 service call per year from the DXH 500 series. So thank you for letting me introduce you to the compact DXH 560 autoloader to show that great things really do come in small packages. Thank you. And I'll now hand over to the next speaker.
Thank you, Lisa. That was a very interesting and informative session. With that, we come to the end of today's launch. There are a few questions lined up already in the chat box, but keeping the time limit in mind, we'll be choosing at random 3 questions to be answered. Today we have Mr. Ashish Gupta, National Sales Head, and Mr. Karan Bhatia, Marketing Head, to answer these questions for us. So the first question is, what about data storage on the DXH 560 analyzer? I would request Mr. Karan to please answer this.
Thank you for that question. The DXH 560 analyzer can store up to 30,000 patient sample results. And this is equivalent to approximately a year's worth of tests with typical usage. and this enables easy delta checks and file retrieval.
Thank you so much for the answer. We now move on to the second question. What is the blood volume required on the DXH 560 analyzer? I would request Mr. Ashish to please answer this.
Thank you for the question, Sridevi. With the DXH 560 autoloader system, laboratories can deliver critical first result accurately with an aspiration of only 17 microliter blood sample.
Thank you very much. Now, the third and final question. Does the DXH 560 also have a single aspiration mode available? I would request Mr. Ashish again to please answer this.
Yeah, so good question, Sridevi. Yes, it does. We have open mode in the DXH 560, which can be used for very critical samples and even pediatric samples. Hope I answered the question.
Thank you so much. I would now request Mr. Ashish Gupta, National Sales Head, to please give us the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sridevi, for the wonderful Q&A session. I'm sure all of you enjoyed the launch program and liked new DXH 560 analyzer. With the launch of DXH 560, Beckman Coulter brings automation in hematology for all medium volume laboratories. I would like to thank all our honorable guests for being with us today for the launch of DXH 560 analyzer. Thank you, Dr. Anjali, for accepting our invitation to attend this program and being with us today. I would like to thank Dr. Sanjay Arora for taking out time from his busy schedule to attend this program. Dr. Puneet Nigam for making external quality assurance program commercially available. Finally, I would like to thank Beckman team for conceptualizing this event. Thank you, Lisa, for your active contribution. And a special thanks to audience on this call for making this event a grand success. Your presence was much needed to make this event successful. We are happy to share with you, we have installed more than 400 DXH 500 series analyzers in Indian market. And now we want to take this journey to new heights with our DXH 560 hematology analyzer. Thank you again for being with us today.
With this, we come to the end of today's virtual launch event. A big thank you to all our guests, Ms. Lisa from Australia, Dr. Arora from Mumbai, Dr. Kelkar from Pune, Dr. Nigam from Delhi for gracing the occasion. We would also like to thank our dignitaries, medical professionals, pathologists, channel partners, and all the members of the IVD industry who joined us today for this event. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you very much and take care.